tons. So what's going on? Whatever. Should be great. I think the one that really caught my attention was Dr. Fella testifying. Yeah, through Johnson and the committee that one clip yesterday, which was, you know, really enlightening. But there were three more that we got today, that I found today, that were just, it's stunning. And he's saying all this stuff about COVID. This is the truth that we've been waiting for to come out. And it made me think of your question last week of when are they going to pull this COVID vaccine off of the schedule? And this testimony doesn't make you go, hey, as RFK, maybe we should pull this off the schedule 3 months ago. They make an announcement the next morning after my interview with Dr. Ford that they were going to, in fact, do that. Yes, for these pregnant women and children. But it should be off the schedule for anyone. Yeah. Anyone and everyone. Well, that's a good lead in. I don't want to steal your news, but one of the things I have here, Aaron, if you want to put this up, this is from American Greatness today, Deborah Hine, Senate report. And, you know, it just makes you think back on all of the reporting we did. That just kind of, you know, came and went. We did the show every single night during COVID. And we were doing, I mean, I can remember spending hours looking at all of these doctors. That guy from Stanford who right away was saying, oh, wait a minute, we need to slow down here. We're making these decisions without any reliable information to people. Like we came across Dr. McCullough, we got introduced to him, but obviously others. Obviously, we remember the whole hydroxychloroquine time, and then obviously the ivermectin a little later on down the road. You know, we remember, just you think about reporting on all the things and listening to people who are not doctors. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I don't know anything about any of this stuff. But I know enough to listen to people who I know are way smarter than me, and when they talk, I go, okay, well, let's see. Oh, no, another guy says it. And I go, okay, well, another guy says it. And you start to think, well, there's smoke, there's got to be some fire that maybe these vaccines are and this thing is a big show. You know, we just called all kinds of names, not from this audience, obviously, but if you were on social media and you were saying, hey, does anybody want to slow down on these vaccines? Maybe we should be recommending them to our parents and to our kids and to our, and you got, you know, and maybe we should be fighting the school boards and the schools about letting our kids back into school. If they don't have this, as we part of the VA vaccine repertoire that they need now to get into public school. And we were all told to just fall in line and do what you're told. And now you see this Senate report, Biden health officials knew about myocarditis risk from COVID shots early on, decided not to inform the public. The Biden regime knew about the risks of myocarditis from the COVID-19 injections early on, but decided not to inform the public about the risks, according to a new Senate report released by the aforementioned Senator Ron Johnson on Wednesday. During the Biden years, Johnson, the chairman of the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, doggedly investigated the safety and efficacy of the COVID-19 shots and held several expert panel discussions on the mRNA products. Other known doctors and medical experts. And by the way, he was, for the most part, on an island by himself when he was doing this. Here, Corey, all these extremely smart doctors who just went to give the best information they could at the time, based on their experience, either working with the drugs, knowing what's in these, working with ivermectin, working with other things to say, yeah, I think that maybe they're going this the wrong way. There's nothing to show that standing 6 feet apart is going to do anything. There's nothing to show that hiding under your kitchen table for 3 weeks at a time while you can't do anything is going to do anything. There's nothing to show that everybody staying away from everybody is going to do anything to actually make it worse when we all get back together. Yeah, remember, we also had our doctors in very talking about this, and he devised, he came up with a protocol for it. And these slime balls know all of this. They had no intent.
There's a cool bogey out there.
Like this.
Somebody, anybody, give this person a damn doctor before we have a riot on our hands. Don't you want to see a box
Any steps away from you, see how far they can push the ball, see how far they can push the line, see what they can get away with, and of course push their big pharma. If they push something that was, different sense of pill, you can go get it from any pharmacy. That doesn't fit the agenda. It never did. It didn't for hydrochloroquine. It certainly doesn't still for ivermectin for the most part. Like the pills, everything I've always worked like with Scott Adams is going through it. I mean, his story on President Trump calling him is one of the great stories I've ever listened to. It's just an unbelievable story. But listen, look at what he's going through. He says, I looked at it before guys. I've been hearing people say this. I'm sure what did work for me. So we know it's not a bit for everybody when it comes to cancer and other stuff. When it came to this and the breathing problems that people were having, here, and others were saying, I think this was much better than remdesivir. It's killing people. These shots.
What do we think? Is this a champion? I said, is this a champion? Where's the challenger when you need him?
They just...
10 seconds. The ring is close.
For this, the other news was talking about Lobster Studios being on a Thursday.
Level 3. We're outside the ring. Move unless you want to get barbecued.
Let's go here. Allons-y.
That way, fellas. Move your butts. Check your eye. Stand back. Knuckle clusters firing.
Incoming care package. Pro tip, don't try intercepting something at Mach 1. New kill leader. They can have it. My sights are set higher.
Attention. Anyone passes through here will know.
Laser sight here. Level 2. Laser close by. Visual clear.
Being shot at.
Adversary over there.
Down. Ready to confirm.
17 past the hour, live from Studio 6 p.m. America's Voice and across the world. Video pleasure will be on us.
Snag the wingman. Down your wingman.
God is going to do super news. Fran, are you giving you crazy something like
Burn is a gun.
the beach? Can't wait to see it. She said that she would send a
This
picture.
means simulacrums.
If you want to see it in advance, but I would say no to that. You want to get yeah, there you go. That's that. So, 17 past the hour live for Studio. Ron Johnson,
Scout here.
On the blade.
Now we're at the Boeing Dealer Park and all these things about these risks. Basically,
The replicator down if you need them.
Light ammo here.
so Johnson's new report states, quote, the roadblocks are removed and more documents that have been hidden for years have now become known. The subcommittee on investigations is to provide transparency
Copy.
and let the American public see what is their right to see. Earlier this year, Johnson subpoenaed the RFK Jr.-led Department of Health and Human Services for records relating to COVID-19 vaccine safety study. Communications and chairman obtained 2,400 or so, 2,500 pages of records that reportedly contain evidence. This is a quote now, contain evidence of the Biden administration's efforts to down delay. Be enlisted in the people's health. Downplay and delay warning to the public about the risks of myocarditis, which is inflammation of the liver associated with getting the mRNA COVID vaccine.
Confirmed kill on whole squad.
To be able to have somebody come to you and say, you know, there's a risk of people taking this. You say,
If
well,
the
they
flames
need
get
to know
crossed,
that.
we'll know. 10
Let's
seconds.
just get as
The
many
ring
out
is
there as we
close.
can. So that we can go out there and say, oh, we've covered 75% of the country with just like single.
Bogey right here. Reloading. Got one. Enemy down.
Thank you.
Cold out healing.
You know, that's it.
Reloading.
Cancer.
Supplies remaining. That was the last
Those
one.
officials downplayed the health concern.
Let's go here.
It's dangerous. Delay informing the public about the risks of the hour. The Israeli Ministry of Health alerted officials at the CDC in February of 2021.
Anyone passes through here?
Particularly in young people. Following their administration of the Pfizer vaccines, additionally, the report includes documents showing CDC officials discussing myocarditis safety signals in April 2021 based on Defense Department and the Israeli government, but still not taking any immediate steps. Records from the discussion between health officials and
Oh,
HHS
fuck.
included to issue a formal warning about myocarditis.
Oh my god.
The email read, it's initially going to be distributed nationwide. It's a health alert network message.
Fucking stupid.
Information officers, federal, state, territorial, tribal, and well, according to Johnson, health officials at the CDC and the FDA ultimately decided against issuing instead posted clinical considerations, they called it, on the CDC's website about myocarditis. And here I say, most of the time I have been, they called it Black job. And just just shut up. Go get your shots. Get 9 of them. Why they don't want you to get 9 shots while you're having a and just shut up.
Woo! Oh, no, no. Oh, shit. There you go. There you go.
Well, let's start off with Joe Rogan. He was on his podcast talking about the news that he had seen. Here he is revealing the mRNA COVID vaccine death knowing it's a whack job conspiracy.
Exactly.
Oh, yes. He was taking that horse paste. And when that's talking about, nobody eats horse paste. Come on, stop.
Let's win this. There's just one squad out there. We got this. Oh, shit. Look at that.
Conservative range of 170,000.
That's all you, baby.
That's 19 shots.
Won't be back, and I'm visiting in January.
Roger's voice he's talking to you. Yeah, that's true. It indicates Pfizer. This is Pfizer alone, so that's not even Moderna. Pfizer alone has likely killed over 470,000 Americans. They found a 36% increase in all-cause mortality among Pfizer recipients versus Moderna. Yeah, but they saved the millions. Yeah, I keep hearing that. Yeah. That's what I just said. Look how we've covered 75% of the country. Look what a good job we're doing. It's just insane. Because the whole lie, everything that we were told, you have to follow the science. Turns out there was no science. They never did any studies. They never did random blind double tests. No, not for sure. Any of that. And you know why? Because they didn't have to. They can't get sued. And that's why they did it. Of all those deaths, the vaccine caused death, by the way, 25% of them occurred on day 0, meaning the day you received it, day 1, or day 2 following the injection. That's pretty unbelievable. Like, how long would it take for a normal person to see a pattern like that and go, well, wait a minute. Like, how many? Like, what's the number? All across the world, this is happening. Day 0, 1, or 2. For you to say, maybe we should, let me use a term here that's in the news, maybe we should 86 this. Yeah, it's amazing. And you know, I remember way back, you know, we played clips from CBS. I think it was 60 Minutes back in the 70s when they were getting that vaccine. I think they had 25 or 45 deaths around the country, and they immediately pulled it. Because they were like, well, that's 25 was too much. Yeah, there's nothing that compares to these numbers. There's no vaccine ever that has numbers like this. Not even close. Even the crappy flu shot or any of these other things. As a matter of fact, I think this report said something. 2,663 deaths reported to VAERS associated with the flu vaccine. You know how long that was for 2,600? 36 years. In 36 years, there's been 2,663 reported. And on the COVID vaccine, there was 38,000 in like 6 months. Oh, no problem, though. Just keep going. Hey, do we want to tell them? All right, sports and news. All up on up. We get back live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night.
Hang on.
have live repair experts that will fix it over the phone. Okay, Dale.
Sign up today at AHS.com. 1 minute until something services. It could take a while to get there.
Because my hearing loss has gotten worse. I'm not as engaging as I was before.
Rings come close, and we've only got 45 seconds. Auxiliary registers are now available.
CIC recharge electric gains come only $497 free. Portable charge stays at $79 value free. 24/7 lifetime telephone support enhanced supercharge. Prepaid guarantee. Private if you're not happy, return the portable refi. Just go ahead. Electric gains for only $397. But wait,
Your dreams is only above Holiday. See, I bath and shower. Make your ordinary bath and shower in super gentle. This is now the design. This is a
Why?
30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. We're going to America, boys, across the airwaves from 139 LI News Radio. Why did you write 8 nights, 8 by 10. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights right here on 139 LI News Radio. Or you can hear the Kevin Downey Jr. Show 9 to 11. Weekday morning. And, well, DJ is heading out to, Are you rolling? Yeah, what's it called? Shippensburg? Yeah, what is it? Shippensburg. Yeah, Shippensburg. See there, I think. It's like I'm gonna go make this residency. Shippensburg. I think Thomas is also. I don't know if you can see his ice cream next on my way in. I didn't have a chance to kind of inspiration as an edge. But, I got he posted a video of himself that he came upon a group of elderly protesters. And showed off his MAGA hat. Interesting. This is on Zex? I think it's on its X. It's on send this into the LFS speaker chat so I know about it. He was driving. So he's got two hands. Why is that stop the video? He was too busy driving, shooting the video, and then posting it. We have internet here? I can't, I guess we do. Alright, I'll look for that. I'm the Kevin Downey John. I can't. You know how to spell it? Well, no, I just searched the bar here. It's gone on X. I don't know what's going on. It's usually over here on the right. It's gone. Hit Explorer. The Wi-Fi's right behind this dang machine here.
Sports and marketing. 6 Mays to promo code to you. Let's drop it live. Hello. Which I hope a lot of you do to continue to support Mike.
One more.
LFS6B at checkout. Slick Rick, what's going on?
All right, Big D. Well, we got playoffs going on. That's what's going on tonight. East Final Game 2, Florida Panthers lead the series 1-0 right now. Lead the game 1-0. Game 2 over the Carolina Hurricanes. 9:45.
Always pick the wrong times to play this game.
Carolina Panthers looking to unseat the Orange Panthers, who won the Stanley Cup last year. So the Stanley Cup champions are up 1-0. And again, looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead. If they win the first 2 games on the road, it's going to be awfully difficult for Carolina to rally back. Get it? Rally. Anyway, here we go. Timberwolves and Thunder. Another great game.
Introducing your champion.
Impressive.
Next time you see this, it'll be gone. We're giving away Trump history. Why? I'm here at the former warehouse, working at the city.
Team and chairman of the U.S.-Israeli Education Association. The killings of 2 Israeli embassies there was after a capital Jewish museum event on tonight. The cupcakes were that. Wednesday night, Jewish heritage the shooting of the ground. There was a truly man Israelite last night. This was just a young couple, 2 of them just getting ready to start their life. The young man had a ring. Yes. To marry him and start. Like on right now, quite frankly, just the lies
Evil harvesters are not available.
Watching the streets for college campus and she had free Palestine. And that they want to free Palestine. Free Palestine. What they mean is free Palestine. Palestine will be free. God, he said they can be arrested there. And see how free. Jews, just replace the Jews with more Christians or blacks or women. Christians are
Attention, new kill leader.
New kill leader. But they haven't won yet.
10 seconds until the ring closes. Move. I now have an enhanced weapon.
Optics here. Mid-range. Backpack here. Level
2. Take a certain position and certain things because politically I have been such opposition for Americans
Standard stock here. Level 2.
things ways of looking at things as well, but no, I don't see
Care package coming in.
I actually heard this on the news. it's anything for me in it. It's just another example of another terrorist attack on Wednesday in D.C. These two. And then shot her again, and then shot her again to just make sure she was dead. Shinsky had just walked in a gate car race to they got back to trust.
Close range.
This guy's yelling for Palestine
Another eliminated champion.
as he's committing
Bye-bye
these
now.
murders. Video shows the man chanting in full campus mode, free Palestine, just like when you hear Harvard, or any one of these Ivy League institutions that have become the bedrock of this kind of free Palestine, globalized, and defined, which is what's going on in all of these campuses. It's a movement that's supported by people who are elected to this Congress. Keelan Omar.
Sniper stock here. Level 3.
This nonsense. They are. And they support this. She was asked about this today. I don't know if it was Omar asked about it. She didn't know. She couldn't find the words to say that. No, I did not write on it. Yeah, I have to go now. Sure, it was apparently a party for social and immigration. Sounds like a great group. Investigating right tomorrow noted that the group is one of the 150 terrorist groups he's identified as being responsible for the anti-Israel protests. It is marching towards violence and stuff. Sure, accused Israel of genocide in his manifesto. Now the genocide thing. This is Ben Shapiro today in the Daily Wire. He says it's a lie. And it's a lie, and lies have consequences. According to the United Nations Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide, genocide means any of the following acts committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group, such as killing members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, inflicting on the group conditions, destruction and all of the group. Genocide requires intent, simply apply under these circumstances, not even close. Its desire to propagate this myth. This is why Hamas was thanking the UK, France, and Canada for helping to propagate this myth of genocide done by the Israelis. This is why Hamas
It's raining
behind
right at HRC.
civilians. The basic logic of Hamas is that they know the Israelis don't want to kill civilians. That's the reason why they hide to get as many civilians killed as possible, and then claim that Israel is purposely killing the civilians, when Israel is literally doing everything legally possible in an urban warfare environment in which terrorists deliberately hide behind their own children, not to kill the children. So this is just a horrible story. And it is dangerous to be in any of these major cities. Now, D.C.,
Good news. I've leveled up. I should select an upgrade. I believe this upgrade will light the way.
Well, the FBI, I guess, didn't know anything about chasing parents who didn't want their kids exposed to man influence locker rooms or man sex influence. They were too busy chasing them. They were too busy, making sure that if grandma was trying to talk to someone that she was arrested, because that's dangerous for David, trying to protect a life. Now, if it was anybody who was supporting protest,
Let's go here. Allons-y. Defense complete. Reading ordnance.
Extended heavy mag here.
Let's go that way. Shutdown. No more storms.
Wait, I have crafting to do.
Fence complete. Defense is complete. Planting trees. Supplies coming in. Laying traps. That way. Come on.
Not so fast. Time to fight.
Fence deployed. Circuits complete.
Frag out.
Fence completion. Position. Anyone passes through here? No.
Stocking complete. Replicator being delivered.
Enemy positions. It's on your map.
Replicator incoming.
Crew's over there. Tally on bandit out there.
A few more meters to survey. We should move here.
Bogey over there. Get ready, squad. Got bandit
Let's
here.
go that way. Planting trees. The circuit is complete. Planting trees.
These bonds aren't easily broken.
We should move here.
New killing frag. Surely he's throwing frag.
Coming down.
Enemy down. I spotted an enemy. Found my mark.
Let's go there. The enemy is here.
Into the hour live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night, Real America's Voice. On your television, across your airways, and on news on your radio. We'll do some more sports. We'll slick them up here in a little bit. Let's do some news since we haven't officially done any, although we've done a lot of news. News. I'll take a tipping turn flight.
what's going on? Frank, I'm talking about the COVID stuff, right? I remember us talking about that. The Senate Subcommittee disclosed health officials. The Senate. Committee hearing entitled "The Corruption of Science in Federal Health Agencies: How Health Officials Downplayed and Hid Myocarditis and Other